G'day Flosstube, Anna aka Mandala, back with another stitching update. If you're joining me for the first time, this is a channel all about cross stitch. So I hope you like cross stitch. It is Thursday, end of August, no idea. Close enough. Not sure whether it's been 2 weeks or 3 weeks since I filmed. I do think we have marginally more progress since the last time I filmed on the whips, but we don't have anything else of note. No finishes, no starts, no stash, although I am waiting for a few packages to come in the mail. So fingers crossed, maybe next video we might have some goodies. But this week it's all whips. And yeah, just a little bit more progress than we had last time. So let's hope this is on upswing, right? So where to start? I think let's start with Maya's Mermaid. So we have, let me take it out of the package, the plastic, so we haven't got glare. We have Bella Fillipina's Enchantress of the Abyss. And this one is being done for my middle daughter. Those of you who've been floating around a while know that my eldest got a stocking. Only took 18 years to do. My youngest got a stocking, which I believe is on its way back to me. So hopefully you'll see the FFO of that shortly. And Maya didn't want a stocking. Maya wanted a mermaid. So no arguments for me. I'm doing a mermaid. The fabric, is it Under the Sea Fabrics? Opal 28 count called Midnight Mermaid by Under the Sea Fabrics. And so that's what we're up to. I am not sure I'm going to do any editing this time. Left the computer that normally does the editing at the office, you know, balance. So I may not have before pictures for this video. This is what it is. Even if I did have before pictures, I'm not entirely sure you'd see much progress because I've mostly been focusing on filling in little bits of random stitches. So I do think that little floof of seaweed is a fair bit fuller than it used to be, but a lot of it is just little bits of stitching here and there to kind of fill in the gaps where I can find them. All of these pieces that are heavily beaded tend to be a bit putsy like that, because when you skip spaces you're not sure, did I skip that because it was a bead or did I miss stitches in there? So no matter how many I fill in, when I go back to bead I will still find stitches that I missed. But basically just trying to make sure everything in the tail and the fluffs and everything is all complete so that we can start moving up and around that tail. Pretty sure I've got a little bit more in the treasure stuff here to go yet as well, but that shouldn't take too long to finish up when I, you know, just suck it up and sit down and do it. This one has been traveling back and forth to the office, and when I get stuck in Bunnings waiting for my husband and random places like that, so it doesn't get, you know, hours and hours of attention. It only gets, you know, 15 minutes here and there at the moment. So, yeah, pretty pleased with how she's coming along. And the fabric is gorgeous. It's one of those, it's a bit faded in the camera, but, you know, it goes from the blue to the purple. So it's very cool. And as a spoiler, the Under the Sea Fabrics Fabric Club was open 2 weeks ago, and yeah, I signed up. However, because I'm overseas, I think I will only get every third piece of fabric. Every 3 pieces of fabric, she will ship the 3 pieces to me. Words are hard, guys. So I expect it may be a while before I get anything to show you, but I'm super excited to have signed up and have that coming, because I used up all the pieces that I bought from her last time and they were all fabulous, so I figured he cannot go wrong. The other thing I was working on, trying to pull out something that, you know, a bit more inspirational to break me out of this sort of humdrum, miserable stitching rut I've been feeling in lately. It's not that stitching's getting me down, it's that life has been crappy, and then therefore stitching is hard. So, trying to break out of that a little bit. I pulled out Tinktorium, and so I filled in, I think this border across the top was done, and it was done to about halfway. Finished it all around there. I got about 2 inches to go there, and I've run out of thread. So I have more thread on order, but again, specialty thread, special order, gotta wait for it to come from the wholesalers. COVID screws everything up. I suspect it may be a while before I see the thread to fill those 2 inches of border in, but that's pretty cool. So that border, finish that border and finish this plant will be the end of part 2. So I did all the meadow, or the grassy bits of the meadow. I still gotta go back in and fill in the purple flowers. So it's just a matter of now doing the arch and the plant that will go into said arch. So I will try and pull this out a bit again this weekend. And I don't know that I'll finish that entire plant, but at least try and get really close to finishing that this weekend. That's the plan. And then with the exception of those 2 inches, we can move on to part 3. And I will just finish those 2 inches in when they come. So if anybody else is kitting out Tinktorium, did I even say this was Tinktorium by Chatelaine? I don't know. If anybody else is kitting this up, that was the Princess Pearl Petite, I think it was Woodland Pine. I'm pretty sure it's the only Princess Pearl in the pattern. Get yourself 2 skeins. It's obviously very close, but there was no way I was going to get all the way around on 1 skein. And I didn't make any big muck-ups or waste a great deal of thread, so I don't think many people would make it at all. The other thing I didn't say, this fabric is 28 count, dyed by myself. Today is not a good day for color representation. I suppose it's not too bad. It's kind of a light pinky purple. One of the treasures on the way may or may not be another Chatelaine, but I didn't say anything. The last piece I've been working on has been my every night, can't be bothered to think too hard sort of piece for the last while. You saw it last week as well. It's the map. So currently working up, we started this page up here that breaks into that balloon. So when we're working on this one, the Q-snap can fit this one. And if I get that page done, that's basically the 1/3 mark of the pattern, 1/3 across. Of course, I've got like working on 2 rows, so I'm nowhere near a third. Still, however, getting a third of the way across was kind of an amusing milestone for the mental games that go along with this hobby. That is an Etsy pattern by ZAnnaCrossStitch. So yeah, go look it up. She's got a lot of really big patterns, if that's your thing. Several sort of maps. There's an Oceania one that's similar. There's a few Disney ones. Yeah. And this is where we are up to. So, if you can see around the hanging threads, this here is the bottom of the page. I've got about 300 stitches to finish out that corner and finish that page I was working on. from then I will go on to do the next page, which is mostly balloon. At that point, I'm not entirely sure. I've been debating, like my original plan was to do the 2 pages all the way across, 2 pages tall all the way across, or because I realized I'm getting close to that 1/3 mark, maybe I'd be better off filling in that third downwards and then going on to the next third. I don't know. Mental games. We shall see what I decide when I decide, because it's not a decision that has to be made today, so I'm not going to. Yeah. So pretty pleased with the progress on that. It's always nice to break in and see a nice new recognizable feature. Almost finished the top of the globe bit there. At least the rest of it's hidden behind balloon. So I think we will be out of the whites and really light colors for that, and have something a bit more bright and vibrant to play with. This is a 25 count even weave. It's done 2 over 1 half cross, because why double these stitches on something this massive? It's going to take me forever as is. Again, not having the relevant computer handy, I'm not entirely sure how far I'm up to, but I'm pretty sure we're closing in on the 6% mark on this pattern. So we are making progress, even though it's kind of excruciatingly slow. So this will continue to be my evening can't think too hard piece. But given that I now have a weekend to look forward to, I'm hoping to get some extra progress on Tinktorium and other things when we have a bit more energy to think about the fun stuff in life. So I think that's about it for me this week. I will catch you all next time. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whenever I see you. All right, take care. Bye.